Hello and welcome to the Dogbus channel, the Dogbus-ish channel on YouTube. My name is Ron and we are a well-rounded hound of the Bronx, New York. This is the largest fleet of dog buses in the world. My job is to entertain and exercise these dogs thoroughly and completely so that when their people get home from work, they don't have to worry too much about their dog. This is what this is all for, people. These are our dogs, and these aren't even all of them. We have about 100 clients that we serve regularly, and about half of them on a given day. Who do we have here? We have Natasha and Jasper and Cooper and Dembe and Newton and Mochi and Sunny and Mars and Poe and Sunny again and Nala and Cole and Murray and Cody and Zizzy and Charlie and Zoe and Clarence and the Honeybee and Pepsi and Mingo and Rocky and Zuma and Phoebe and Perry and Juno and Bonnie and Hopper and Phoebe and Bernie and Hunter and Carson and Bruno and Enzo and Robin and Shoko and Bear and Luna and Leo and Naya and Dove and Sully and Delilah and Electra and Maisie. Good puppies. From right to left, we have our first ever brand new dog bus puppies, which we got in 2019. And then in 2021, we got animals and wildlife in 2022, dingoes in 2023, and our newest used bus in 2024, whose plate is not on, and you'll just have to keep watching to find out the new name. We actually usually operate only 3 of these buses on our busiest days, and you pretty much need 2 backup buses to run a service like this. I started off with a Toyota Corolla and eventually bought a van, and here we are now. Now it turns out that none of these buses are from New York, which is where we are now. Puppies was manufactured in Indiana, and that's where I picked it up. Animals is from Phoenix. Wildlife is also from Phoenix. Dingoes is from a bus dealer in Texas. And our newest bus is from Southern California. There's a very good reason why I don't buy used buses from New York. I tried it once, and I won't do it again. Believe it or not, the first time I bought and tried to operate a dog bus, it was a total failure. I bought a bus from upstate New York that was about 10 years old, but it might as well have already been in the junkyard. It was a mistake. It literally lost parts on the ground while we were driving. Each of these buses has a unique story as to how it became part of our fleet. And it's not necessarily straightforward to just go out and get a bus, especially if you want a brand new one. You can't necessarily just walk into a Ford or Chevy dealer and ask them to get you one of these, though you certainly can try. And I did. So yes, I did in fact buy this Ford bus from a regular Ford dealer. And the salesman who sold it to me was fired shortly thereafter. I'm sure there were other reasons for that. These buses represent really an extreme level of dedication to the craft. And I actually know that I'm not the only one that has buses like these. I see them on the internet. There's one really popular on Instagram that made the rounds as a viral video. But as far as I know, this is the largest fleet of dog buses in the world. Now, you might notice that one of these buses is not like the others, because not all buses are created equal, though they all look roughly the same. Only one of them is a Ford, and the rest are all GMC products. Now, I never really thought that I'd be either a Ford guy or a Chevy guy, but after my experience running this fleet, I guess I'm a Chevy guy. And unless dozens and dozens of people tell me that all the newest Ford products are absolutely the best cars in the world, I will probably never buy one again. And that's based on having owned 6 other Fords besides this one. This newest used bus of ours is a 2008 Collins Bantam bus. Dingo's is basically the same from 2023, but they've decided now that Bantam is not cool and they call it the SL400. Wildlife is our only Bluebird bus. It's the Microbird MB2 from the year 2000. Animals is another Collins Bantam bus from 2006. And finally, we have Puppies, which is a 2019 Starcraft Prodigy LP. Now, when you have a fleet like this, there's pretty much always going to be some problem or another with one of the vehicles. And actually, there's many problems with many of the vehicles. And there's pretty much always one in for service at a given time. It's been a struggle for me to actually get all of these buses together in one place to do this video. And I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. But while we're here, we can go over just some of the problems that need solving. Our newest used bus here actually has pretty much nothing wrong with it. And it's only had one major mechanical failure, which was a water pump, and it's been replaced and it works. Dingo's is from 2023, so it better not have any problems right now. Wildlife is actually doing pretty well, though it's been through some things lately. And I would like to build a new interior gate for it. And otherwise, it's in okay shape. Animals has a check engine light that won't go away. And I've cleared it a few times. It's been to the mechanic. They've replaced all the parts that they think they could replace to solve it. And it's still there. They tell me I shouldn't worry about it. Animals also has the worst interior that needs repair pretty badly. And Puppies. The air conditioner just never seems to work for more than a couple of months at a time. They tell me that I'll have to replace the condenser to the tune of many thousands of dollars if this keeps on happening. And in fact, it's going to go in for service after we do this video. Now, there's this odd stereotype out there that dog walkers make lots and lots of money, and people will actually comment to me while I'm walking dogs about how much money I make, which is kind of rude. But the fact is that if you do dog walking this way, sure, you make some money, but you put a lot back in. These buses are basically $50,000 air conditioners, and after the pandemic, that price really went up to about $80,000. But we're compelled to keep buying them because they are, in fact, the best vehicles for the job that we do. They have surfaces and interiors that we can clean, and they have air conditioning that is like nothing inside any kind of regular consumer vehicle, and they're to the tune of tens of thousands of BTUs each. Everyone, I'm going to put the new plate on our newest bus, and you're just going to have to watch the rest of our videos to find out what it is. Hey, Hunter Pants. After we're done here, the dogs will load up onto 3 of the buses, and my wife and I will be driving to take Puppies in for service. I would like to meet other dog bus owners and hear their stories about how they came to run dog buses and all the reasons why they you know, took that extra step.